But stop being selfish. Stop being selfish. Think about your children. If you're a single mother right now or single father right now, and you don't have life insurance for your kids, you're being selfish. If you are a single mother right now, if you are a single father, or if you are a mother and a father combined married, and you have some Gucci shoes, you have a Louis Vuitton purse, you have this, and you don't have life insurance for your spouse or for your children, you're selfish as heck. Selfish. Because what you're doing is you're thinking about yourself, but you're not thinking about setting up your kids to win when your time has come to an end. And for me, I'm thinking about, when I get this money, how do I set up my wife? How do I set up my kids' life to begin even better, to be beautiful when my life ends? And what I did was I said, you know what? This is what I'm going to do. I am going to, I don't even have kids, right? But I have a insurance policy through Ethos. And that is actually going to my family and to my nieces and nephews. Then when I get married, I'm going to transfer at least 90% of that to my wife. Then if her and I have kids, it will go down to 60% to my wife, 40% to 30% to my kids, 10% to my family, right? But here's what I'm saying. Here's what I'm saying. If you have kids, because 42% of y'all watching me right now have kids, 5% of you do not have life insurance. You're selfish. If you walk in your closet and you got $10,000 in your closet, but you're not willing to invest $2,000 or $1,000 into a life insurance policy that will bless your kids, that will throw them an alley hoop so that way they can enjoy life, you're selfish. To get $1 million policy through my friends over there at Ethos, man, if you're in your 20s or 30s, that's $50-$60. No blood tests, no medical history. Answer a couple of questions, spend 10 to 12 minutes of your time to get a $1 million policy for your family. So that way, when you pass, it's not a matter of if, we are going to pass. And I know I know it hurts, it sucks, it just sounds off. I get it, but I promise you, you want to be up in heaven looking down at your family and they're crying, but they have two types of tears coming down. Tears of sadness because their loved one has passed. Their mother, their father, whoever you are has passed. But then also tears of joy because you left your daughter, you left your son with, a few $100,000 to invest and to build something and to go out there and to start ahead of where you ended. I don't want my kids to start where I finish. I want them to start ahead of where I'm not passing the baton, I'm throwing the baton. And I'm throwing it where they can catch it and continue running fast. And there's a simple thing, when I say invest into your kids and take care of them, it's a simple thing. Whatever your income is, times that by 10. 100,000 you make a year, that's $1 million policy of what you need. Go over to ethos.com, spend 10 to 12 minutes, boom, you got $1 million policy within 24 hours. If something happens to you next week, your kids, your family is taken care of. I was just mentoring a young couple, and it's not a young couple because her husband passed. But I was just mentoring a young lady, and actually I was like, man, he was like 20, she was 28, and he was like 33, I think. And unfortunately, he passed. He had a stroke, right? And he didn't leave them with no insurance policy and like max $400 in their savings account. So the company was able to give her $5,000 just to sow a seed. But I'm going to be real with you. A $5,000 check is not going to be worth anything in the next 3 months. She's probably already spent the $5,000. She still has a mortgage. She still has a 1.5-year-old kid. So not only is she mourning her husband going on to be with the Lord, but now she can't even think about how's she going to pay these bills. You want to take care of your kids? You want to take care of your family? Get life insurance policy. Get a life insurance policy. Go to AnthonyONeal.com/ethos. AnthonyONeal.com/ethos and get a policy. You will thank me later. Here's number 2 up underneath taking care of your kids. Open up a 529 plan. Get them ready for school. The average school is going to cost you about $110,000 this year. Within the next 10 to 15 to 20 years max, I'm thinking it's going to go up to about $130,000 to go to an in-state school. So if I was you, I'm using the power of compound interest, and I'm going to go over to my investor or to your bank and open up a 529 and start putting in that account about $100 a month as they're a little kid. Start thinking about your children before you have to start doing things for your children. Use the power of time on your side. Open up a 529. And here's the last thing when it comes to taking care of your kids and investing into your kids. It's simple. Start investing into their minds. Start teaching them entrepreneurship skills early on. Start investing into their health. One of my friends, every summer they pay a personal development coach that specializes in the kid's mind. And this guy comes over and he spends some time with the kids, like an hour a day, spends about, I think, like $200-300. He'll take a book like this, right? And he'll turn it into something that is entertaining, but educating at the same time. So that way, during the summer times, when kids' brains tend to relax and lose their focus, he's keeping them engaged. He's keeping that brain circulating. He's teaching them that learning is actually fun. Being educated is sexy. You know, my producer CJ said something, man. We need to introduce them to the new PPP. I said, ooh, that's good. Y'all probably saying, what do you mean by the new PPP? Yeah, I'm gonna tell you. Proper prior planning, new PPP. Proper prior planning prevents poor performances. It's the new PPP. Why are you saying this now, Anthony? Well, because if we can train our children up now, if we can properly plan for their success, for what happens with them after we pass, it prevents them from having poor performances. The new PPP. What are you investing into your kids? How are you investing into them? And I just got to say this one more time. And I hope it hits you right at your heart. If you driving a BMW, Mercedes, Maserati, if you're living in a big, beautiful home, yeah, they got a roof over their head and they got transportation. But I saw someone purchase their kid a Rolex, and I was like, yo, but do they have an insurance policy? You're going to spend 10 grand on a Rolex for your kid, but you can't spend $800 a year to get you covered just in case something was to happen to you? No, what that is saying is that you want to enjoy your money for yourself, but you do not want to think about your kids. Think about that.